The controversy is based on the sworn affidavit submitted to the Supreme Court dated the 2nd of July 2015 and is between Allied World Partners, the Attorney General, and the Minister of Home Affairs. It is the second affidavit by developer Michael Maclean, the person behind Allied Development Partners Limited, who has been involved in a protracted legal battle with government after his PLP-backed contract to develop the Hamilton Waterfront was voided by the OBA Government. In a bombshell of claims against several government members spanning 16 pages, Mr. Maclean recalls meeting with a senior OBA cabinet minister in late December 2012, who was accompanied by his friend, who was a private citizen. The meeting supposedly took place at the Hamilton Princess Hotel. Mr. Maclean claims during his visit to the property, he was approached by the friend who suggested that the new OBA government would back his bid to develop the waterfront and a Parleville hotel if he agreed to pay a bribe to himself, the senior cabinet minister, a second cabinet minister, and a third minister. This position, Mr. Maclean states, was reiterated to him over the next 2 years. Calling the demands improper, the developer stating he was amazed at how, on one hand, these government ministers allegedly backed him privately in exchange for bribes, but publicly spoke out against his planned developments. And he stresses that at no time did he ever indicate that he would be willing to pay bribes, as he realized they would be illegal. As proof of this alleged illegality, Mr. Maclean claims the friend, who served as the go-between guy, avoided naming the government ministers in all of his communications, instead using pseudonyms for each of them. These names included My Boy, The Joker, and The Soldier. It is also claimed prepaid cell phone numbers were used by all of those involved. As to the amount of money supposedly requested of him, Mr. Maclean says they were initially set at $1 million, but later increased to $5 million. When it came to the senior government minister in question, he allegedly planned to use his bribe to purchase a gas station in the United States. One government minister requested that his bribe be deposited to his mother's bank account, and the third minister requested that the money be sent to an account he held in the British Virgin Islands. Mr. Maclean also claims he suffered financial hardship when government failed to give him the necessary sanctioning so that he could obtain loans for his projects from overseas lenders. This failure by government, he claims, led to him putting up $250,000 of his own money to try and secure the approval, but it did not work out, and he lost his money in part because he claims a fourth minister, who is not linked to any of the bribery claims, refused to support him. Furthermore, it's alleged that this private citizen suggested that the developer pen a letter to cabinet in which he would offer to relinquish his claims to the Hamilton Waterfront in exchange for $55 million and to be given the exclusive right to the Parleville project. This amount was requested by the private citizen, supposedly so that all four individuals involved could receive bribes of $3 million each. A further read of the documents reveal even more disturbing claims that when it came to setting the value of the waterfront development, Cabinet delegated this task to an unqualified lawyer in the Attorney General's chamber. However, when the lawyer got involved, the second and third minister said they wanted out of the deal because it had been exposed to the government lawyer by the then lawyer working for Mr. Maclean. The developer claims he noticed in a subsequent meeting that his lawyer was visibly shaken because he said his life was threatened by the private citizen who had told him he should leave the country for his own safety. When asked to comment on these allegations, a spokesperson for the Bermuda Police Service would only say that there is an ongoing investigation, and as such, there will be no further comment from police in an effort to avoid prejudicing the proceedings in any way. Tari Trott reporting for ZBM News 9.